Hi everybody! A friend and a coworker asked me if I would make a cake for her daughter, and her daughter is allergic to eggs. Never made an egg-free cake before, but I thought, what the hey, let's give it a try. Did a little research, and I found a recipe that looks pretty good. Instead of eggs, it's a little apple cider vinegar with whole milk. So I've already creamed my sugar and butter together. I've measured out 2 cups of whole milk. So it's going to be 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. This is going to cause this milk to curdle. Smells awfully vinegary, I'll tell ya. Or, oh shoot, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add the vanilla. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay, so now we are going to add our flour and our milky vinegar mix. We're going to add it in probably 3 or 4 additions. So we're going to start with the flour, add some flour, mix, mix, mix. Add some of the milk, mix, mix, mix. Let's call it 4 additions. So 1 cup of flour. So it's very dry looking right now. Once we add the milk, it's gonna get a little better. Scrape it down and all around. So let's add some of this clumpy milk. And it's really important with this cake that we don't wanna overmix it. Alrighty. And once again, scrape them sides. Oh God, I can feel that I'm gonna start singing on this video program I'm creating very soon. You know, I used to teach art to kids. You know, we sang to the kids a lot, like just goofy, dumb songs. There's a song for every occasion. There's a song for every situation. And I have a talent, I think, that maybe not for the singing part, but I think I've got a talent for finding the right song to just like, you know, blurt out at any given time. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's add a little more of the milk. You know what I'm gonna do? 1 more thing of flour. 1 more thing of milk, and then the last little bit of flour. Oh yeah, oh that looks amazing. Now what I need to do is prepare my pan. I've got 1, 2, 3 because we are making a 3-layered cake. I'm going to spray them with Pam, or Western Family canola spray. I kind of like to do it in the sink, just so I'm not making a gigantic mess. And then what I did was I put my circular piece of parchment paper that I just cut out in the bottom. Our next step now is to portion out the cakes into the 3 pans. I'm used to a cake batter being a little bit more runny, so you'd be able to just sort of pour it in. All right, I'm gonna call this as good as it gets. So that's 2 in the oven. They're about 25 minutes in there. I'm gonna go watch some TV now, have a chocolate bar, and I'll come back to bake the other one. Good morning, lovely people. You know, when it comes to icing, I always just kind of wing it a little bit. Like this one recipe I saw called for 2 cups of butter. And I thought, ew, too much butter. So we want our butter to be nice and soft. I melted mine just a teensy little bit, but that's no big deal. So we're gonna add that into my bowl. I've got my rest of my whole milk there. So this is 1/3 cup. I'm just gonna add maybe 4 of these. I'm just gonna cream the butter and the icing sugar together. I'm just gonna add the rest of this icing sugar. I'm gonna need more milk. I'm gonna grab my oat milk. Ooh, this icing's coming together quite nicely. You just have to get the feel for what the icing consistency should be. See, too stiff. It's just very spreadable, I can tell. This knife here, my favorite knife. It's beautifully serrated. For this cake, this is exactly what we need because you want something that is the same sort of width as the cake. What we want to do is we want to very carefully just cut, we want to flatten it. We just don't want to have, if we're doing a layer cake, you don't want to have 3 cakes that all have a little bit of a curve on the top. I'm just going to very, very, oh no, one of my cats is coming to join me. Take a little bit off the top, so to speak. Giving my cake a haircut. I think this cake's actually gonna taste pretty good. It's really good. So if you were to try icing this cake, you would get little crumbs and whatnot in the icing, and I don't know, I don't like that. So what? I'm just going to flip it on its end, and look how pretty that is. Cake number 1 is down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give this a layer of icing and place the next cake on top. My cute little paddle. I love baking tools so much. I'm actually filling the middle of this cake with some sprinkles because word on the street is kids like sprinkles. I'm just gonna guesstimate the middle, cut out this little cute, Ooh, isn't that cute? This is just meant to be like a gluing together layer in my mind. Some people make cakes and it's like, oh, they want to have these thick layers of icing. It's so sweet already. Why add so much more sugar? I can flip it. Looks like a giant donut, doesn't it? And now it's ready for the top layer. And the flippy flip one more time. Honestly, such a thing of beauty, isn't it? It's, you know, it's pretty cute actually. I quite like it. It's time to add the sprinkles to the center. When you cut this cake, you are going to get sprinkles pouring out of the cake. This is going to be fun. So I'm going to ice all the way around the cake first. A nice little swirling pattern. So overall, I think that's looking pretty good. I still have to fill the hole in the middle. Start doing that right now. This is new for me. I've never done this before. I will just take one of these cutie pie top cakes and stick it on top, just like that. How cute is that? So I'm just gonna smooth the whole cake out a little bit now. All right, so I'm almost finished decorating. I think overall it's pretty cute. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just pipe her name on sort of right around there. No, I'm just gonna make it really colorful. So she said she liked blue, so let's do, got the blue food coloring right here. One drop of the yellow, because I want this to be a little bit turquoisey. Ooh, it's like a seafoam color. Actually, it's blue bubble gum. So when you're piping, you don't want it to be too stiff, but you also don't want it to be too loose. So it's just finding that right balance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna snip the corner off of this. Got my little piping thing here. And then what you do, screw it on, just like that. So I'm just using my old icing sugar bag here. Okay, this color is perfect. Okay, so I'm just piping a little bit of the turquoise all around the edge. I think this cake actually turned out quite cute.